Hey, I'm Mac. Welcome back to my channel. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe and consider joining my Patreon for access to new videos 12 to 24 hours early. Okay, so really quick, we've got to check back in with Monat, okay? Because this was sent out on my Google form, link in the description for submissions. I love getting things sent to the Google form. I love it. Love it. You can just drag and drop a video in there. You can do up to a terabyte, but have mercy. So apparently, Monat added a new person to their executive roster, and this call is from September of last year, 2021, September 2021, and he's kind of just giving his intro or whatever to the company, and he just started at Monat in this call that we're gonna watch. And yeah, let's go.
Here they come. Come on.
I believe we are live
Yeah.
on Facebook,
Live
Stuart.
on Facebook. I like being live on Facebook.
Yeah, it's
Well, that makes one of us
way better than the opposite of being
false.
on. So here we are. We're live. We're ready to go. So
All right. Well, welcome to Training Tuesday. Obviously, any opportunity we have to be together is super important. We wanted an opportunity today to do something a little bit different. So, as many of you know, I've been hanging around Monat since before it was Monat, and sometimes
Wait, what? What was it before it was Monat? Does anyone know?
when we're with an organization for a long time or a group of people, we forget. We forget what brought us here. We forget what makes us special. So we've had the opportunity over the past, particularly 3 or 4 months, to bring in some new talent, new people. You guys have heard me say this before, but there is a danger when we have setbacks that we allow those setbacks to determine our future. And I've always said, not just in a business life, but in your personal life or your personal business, it's how you respond to your circumstances that determines determines the winners and the losers. The people who go on to be successful are the people who rebound, who use a setback as a setup. And so for many of you, it's been a bit of a tough year after an amazing 2020. And
Wow. Well, I'm so glad that 2020 was just so amazing for Monat. It's just, I mean, nothing happened that year. I mean, just so amazing. It was so amazing. 2020 was just amazing, you guys. Do you all agree? It was an amazing year. It was such a great year. When I look back on it, I'm like, wow, that was a great year.
and I know that you've felt like, oh, it feels like a setback. My commissions aren't as high as they used to be. I don't have as many people on my team as I used to. I would encourage you to use this as a setup for 2022. And I will tell you,
Right. Because, like 2021 was so much worse, you guys, than 2020. I can only imagine that that must be because people are going back to work, like to real jobs. So, you heard it here first. For Monat, 2020 was amazing, you guys, and 2021 was like, it was like,
that here at Monat, we in corporate, in the home office, we've done the same thing. We've used the time to work on some of our processes and procedures. And we've actually, over the past 4 months, 4 or 5 months, hired some top quality talent that we believe is going to take us and you to the next level. So I want to introduce to you today a new person to the team. His name is Ryan Anderson. He has been given the role of Senior Vice President of North America and Asia Pacific. And if that doesn't tell you anything about the potential, we obviously just opened Australia and it's in the Asia Pacific. So we would have just called it North America and Australia if we thought we were going to stop there. but clearly we're not.
Oh God. We should probably warn the people in the country that they're about to invade. Okay. If only we knew. I don't think he's gonna announce it here. Maybe he doesn't. I hope they don't have a plan yet. Otherwise, we definitely need to figure out where they're going.
And so one of the reasons I wanted to introduce him today is to show you, first of all, that we're using 2021 as a setup for 2022, and we're bringing in some talent. And second, to give him an opportunity to tell you with a different lens what he sees about Monat, what attracted him to Monat, in particular our compensation plan. Now I have to be careful because I actually helped to develop our compensation plan, so I can't tell you how awesome it is.
I feel like the inflection there on the word "awesome" was somewhat telling.
But I do believe the one thing I do know about our comp plan, having been in this channel for over 20 years, is that there is no other company that pays out the same amount of money on a dollar. No,
That's probably true.
nobody else pays 50 cents on a dollar, and they can show you the difference between a binary plan and a unilevel plan, and they'll draw circles and arrows and charts. At the end of the day, all I care about is for every dollar that money brings in, 50 cents of that dollar goes back to you, and that's the most important part.
Oh, come on. Okay. Let's suppose I think their shampoo is usually it's usually like $35-$40 a bottle. Okay. So, let's take away half of that if they're saying they do 50 cents on a dollar goes back to the distributors, right? That would mean that effectively the price that Monat is charging for it in terms of the amount of revenue that they're gonna get on a sale of a shampoo is $20, right? Or $17.50 if it's 35 for the full price. So that sounds closer to a reasonable price for a bottle of shampoo. It's still way too high for the level of quality that Monat is. It's still way too high because it's not, it's not Matrix over here, all right? It's not Redken, okay? So, and I'm guessing that their shampoo is probably just private labeled or something. So it's probably very cheap to manufacture. So they're still making a well over normal amount of revenue on each sale of that shampoo. So sorry, I'm not impressed by the 50 cents going back because you just inflate the prices by that much. Because it doesn't matter if the price is way too high because your distributors, like if they want to pursue their little dreams in Monat, they have to purchase it. So it's not like they're going to be like, oh, that's too expensive. Like, no, they're going to buy it anyway because they're just doing it so that they can recruit more people to be in the same position that they were in. So that's really not impressive, especially given the fact that for like a normal job, about 25% of revenue of a typical company can be going to payroll. So but yeah, I mean the general rule of thumb for most companies is going to be that payroll is going to be about 15 to 30% of your gross profit. So, not gross profit, gross revenue, sorry. 15 to 30% of it's going to be payroll of whatever you bring in. 15 to 30% of sales is going to go back to payroll. So, even that 50% is not that impressive when you consider like how much the prices are inflated with Monat. Like, you would think like that's not good. Because you're not paying them for the time that they're spending. You're only paying them for commission for like sales and for recruiting. So that's not that good. Oof. Yikes. Do they understand that 15 to 30% of a typical business's revenue goes to payroll? Probably not.
I think of our comp plan, but I want you to hear it now from not just about the comp, but about the company from someone who's new to the company, who's looking at it with fresh eyes and has been looking at it from fresh eyes for the last Well, he'll say probably more than a few months. And I'd love to have you listen to and take lots of notes, but use what you're hearing in the next 10 or 15 minutes, or I don't know how long this usually goes, but use it to help others understand the gem that we have here at Monat. So with that, without anything,
The gem, really. Monat is the rough in the diamond.
further, Ryan, welcome to Monat and welcome to this group.
Well, thank you so much, Stuart. I have obviously been following Monat since the beginning, and literally following because I couldn't keep up with all of the amazing growth and all of the amazing things. But I've also followed Stuart's career. And I just want to say publicly how,
Sir, you sound a little bit creepy right now. So
how honored and privileged and humbled I am to be working with such an incredible human being. He has done so much, not just for our industry, but for mankind. If direct
what the fuck? Oh my god. This has already taken such a hard swerve. For mankind? Really? Really? Yeah. Okay. He's done so much for mankind, you guys. The founder of Monat has done so much for mankind. He's just, what a hero. Like, how can you say that and not realize how just absolutely ridiculous that sounds?
Sells has a hall of fame. This man is going to be in it for all of the millions of lives. I know he doesn't like saying this because he's humble, which makes him even higher stature in my book.
Isn't this the same guy that was creating fake accounts on Instagram to be a troll to like anti-MLM commenters? Yeah, so humble, you guys.
But he's just an incredible human being, and I'm so grateful and privileged to be working with him. And obviously,
yeah, privileged is right.
Ray is such an incredible CEO, but I am elated. There aren't words to put how excited I am to be part of this company.
I don't know. That sounds like it could be pathological or something. It's such a cult. It is such a cult. He's not even a distributor, and this is such a cult.
Right here, right now. And I'm going to jump in to share some of those tidbits with you. Particularly, we're going to talk a little bit about the compensation plan, but I want to say overall, I think it's so important for us to understand why Monat is different. And there's one thing that I know to be true. I'm 102 years old. You should have seen me a few months ago before I got on these incredible products. I was bald and ugly, and now I've got hair and I'm ugly and I'm working.
Right, because it's funny to suggest that your products that you advertise as giving great results, like the very idea that they could provide results is so ludicrous, and it is so ludicrous that this is the only way you can possibly reference it is by being obviously joking, because that would just be such an absurd thing to suggest that your products actually work.
On the other part, but literally, I've been in this industry ever since I was 8 years old. My mom started building a direct sales company when I was 8 years old. We were one of those traditional American families that had a little bit more month than paycheck.
What? That's not traditional. That's what the fuck? What? What?
And I found at an early age that if you could align yourself with like-minded people who had integrity and vision, you could make anything happen. And that's really what we're seeing.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure that you can make something happen in your current role, though. At Monat, you don't. It's gonna be fine. I know you didn't find them, but it's okay. It's gonna be fine. I'm sure you can do good things. Don't sell yourself short.
Here, if you guys believe that, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments below.
Fucking damn it. Just drop a 1 in the comments. I am so done with this drop a number 1, number 2.
Let's make this a little bit interactive. Drop a 1 in the comments below if you believe that this company has a vision, a mission, and is doing it with integrity and passion to change people's lives.
Okay, well, actually, I do believe all of that, except for the integrity part. It definitely has a vision and a mission, and it definitely changes people's lives. I just think we disagree on the polarity of it.
See, the one thing that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt is that this company is on a mission, and we are in the people business. Yes, we are a premium hair care product line that has amazing life-changing skin nutrition products that are absolutely so fun to share and do all of the amazing things. But make no mistake about it, that this is a people business, and it is built on relationships. And relationships, the number 1 factor in any relationship is trust.
Okay, so we just heard the vice president at Monat says it is not, the products are just fun. You know, they're it's like the products. But the primary business here is recruiting people or human trafficking. I can't tell which one he meant. But the point is that the products are just kind of like fun. Like there's just a side thing. You know, there's something that you list off the categories of while sort of rolling your eyes. And then there's recruiting. Okay. So make no mistake, it's all about recruiting. It is a recruiting business. That's what he just said. Also, sir, it might be based on trust, and I definitely don't trust you because the way that you stare at me is freaking me out. I don't know what it is about it, but you're freaking me out.
And that's something that Senior Louise and Ray and Stuart have lived their lives of principle and integrity, which is so important. So that's number 1. When you're looking at a company, and for me to bring my family here to spend the rest of our lives here for the next 100 years, can you imagine? 202 years old.
Oh, well, you know, you'll actually be 2,424 years old, according to Monat years.
I'm shooting for it, is that I want to align my values with people that I could trust, people that I could put my faith in, that I know that there's a quote that says that when one has flexible morals and they become desperate, the outcome can never be positive. That's one thing, but when you partner with Monat, you know that this company is founded in principle and integrity and vision. And when Stuart starts talking,
I would just say that if a company has to repeatedly assert that they are founded on integrity, they probably aren't. Also, that desperation quote was very creepy. Like, I feel like that's on your Tinder profile.
About the compensation plan, transparency is the number 1 thing. Like, I truly believe that our compensation plan is better than any company in our industry and outside of our industry out there. Why? Couple of reasons.
Well, that's an interesting assertion to make. So you're saying that your compensation plan is better than any company inside your industry or outside your industry. Okay. Well, let me just tell you something. My company, 100% of our employees make more than $15 an hour. Whereas at Monat, fewer than 97% of your consultants earn over $15 an hour if they are considered to be full-time, which they are because they work like way more than 40 hours a week. So how exactly is that better?
Stuart touched on the first one. It is a true 50-50 partnership. Think about that for just 1 second. True.
Yeah, I agree. Think about that for 1 second. Think about how much your products cost versus what the going market rate is for similar products. And I think you will see that it is more than double the price.
50-50 partners. Here's this multi-billion-dollar brand that you, when you join as a market partner, you get to become 50-50 partners. That 50 cents isn't
You're not multi-billion-dollar yet.
just because it's the highest in the industry. It is because it is a true partnership, 50-50 partnership. That is something for me that I haven't seen in my career, to be able to see.
And you still haven't.
A company that wants to create a true partnership with its market partners from day one is huge. The second part, and we're going to get into details here in just a little bit, is the transparency. Remember when I said that relationships are built on trust? We all know this, right? But sometimes it feels good to hear it again and again.
No, it feels suspicious to hear it again and again and again.
Relationships are built on trust. Having a compensation plan that is transparent, that you can sit down and see exactly where the money is coming from and how the money is to be earned. That is so key. There's so many compensation plans out there that they create these huge hurdles and obstacles for people to make it so that, yes, it seems exciting, and they throw big numbers up on the screen and smoke screens over here and moving chess pieces around behind the scenes to
That is Monat's compensation plan. Have you seen that thing? It is very difficult to understand unless you already are familiar with like all the different QVs and PVs and blah 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 and this and that and the other thing. That's exactly Monat's compensation plan, because they lay it out that way to make it difficult to understand. Because if it were simple to understand, then nobody would sign up.
Make it seem like, oh yeah, I can do that, I can make all of this money. But the reality is they make it unachievable. From day one, our compensation plan.
If only, it's a good thing Monat is so different. Monat is so different that for 99.87% of the market partners, they are in a rank that has a median income that is less than what you would make at $7.25 an hour full time. 99.87 are in a rank that has a median that is below that, and 92% make nothing.
And when somebody joins the business, they can look at it and see exactly how to earn and where the money goes. True 50-50 partnership.
Listen, if you wanted to be transparent and actually be honest, you would give them a printout of the income disclosure statement. But no, that's buried and tucked away on the website in a link that nobody would ever see unless they were looking for it.
Integrity right there. Number two, drop a 2 down in the comments below if that is something that is important to you. If that's something that you believe that, yes, I can get engaged and fully on board with, that partnership will have that true partnership. Drop a 2 down in the comments for me if you know if that's as important to you as it is to me. The next part of this is I take any compensation plan, and like Stuart said, I've worked binaries, I've worked unilevels, I've worked matrices, I've worked stair-step breakaways, I've worked the in-betweens, I've seen all of the different, I've analyzed many hundreds of different compensation plans in the marketplace. Some make it, some don't. The majority don't. Do you know in the last 24 months, there's been over 10,000 direct sales companies start? Have you heard of them? No. Why?
Oh, there's no way. There's no way. Oh my God, I hope that's not true.
They didn't make it, right? And that's because it goes back to one of those founding principles. So when I evaluate any compensation plan, one, I want to know what the intent is behind it. So
The intent is to confuse you and make it seem like it's easier to do than it is, so that they can extract as much money out of you as they can for as long as possible, as quickly as possible.
knowing Ray, Stewart, Senior Louise's heart, what's the intent behind it? And their intent is to create that transparent, honest, true 50-50 partnership. The second thing is leadership that's going to execute it. Like when the going gets tough, are they going to have flexible morals? No, they've proven that, right?
No.
They're steadfast in who they are.
I mean, they are, but they're steadfastly evil.
The second part of, or third part of that is, how do you evaluate a compensation plan? And I always take it and break it down into three simple, easy buckets.
Oh, I was going to say you could look at the income disclosure statement. You know, now I'm starting to wonder, what does it do to kids when their parents are like all wrapped up in the MLM space? Like, it's gonna screw them up. I wonder if he like ever has had a real job.
And this is something that I want each and every one of you to evaluate your businesses at today. So the first bucket that we're going to talk about is the upfront or fast money, or we call it smart start, right? But every company does the exact same thing, right? So 50 cents, a dollar comes into the company, 50 cents goes back in the form of commissions to you. How you take that 50 cents and divide it up into the three buckets is truly going to determine the behavior and success of the market partners. Okay, I've seen it time and time again. Do you know our industry is over 120 years old? So there's a lot of data. There's another quote that says, let history.
Well, that's 1,440 years old in modern 8 years. So
History be the predictor of the future. And that's something that our commission plan has, is that the data from historical of what's worked and what's not worked, and then adding some of these other components. So there's really three buckets, and I'm going to list them out for you, and then I'll go into each one. The first one is the upfront, fast cash, smart start, whatever you want to call it, is the money in there. The second bucket is what we call residual income. Okay. And then the third bucket is leadership pay. Okay. So let's go back and evaluate that, because if you take that money and you put it in one of those buckets, more money in one bucket than you do the other buckets, you're going to get a different behavior. Let me explain. So typically a binary puts a lot of money in that first bucket. They have a lot of upfront bonuses and fast cash and a lot of different things, because they know that it's a slower build. And if they don't get a lot of bodies coming in to the beginning of it, then what happens is it dies really fast, because there's.
Oh, okay. So the problem is not getting enough people to sign up. You're not getting enough recruits. So it doesn't have anything to do with sales. It just has to do with recruits. Oh, okay.
Not enough money to sustain it. So, but what happens, because there's so.
Wow, that's so interesting that there's not enough money to sustain it because of not having enough recruits. See, you would think that it would be because there weren't enough sales of products, because I thought it was all about product sales. But now you're telling me it's not about product sales. So you said it was about bodies.
So much money on the front end, they get a lot of turnover. Literally anybody that can fog a mirror and it's got a credit card, you got to be in my business, right? They don't really care about the outcome. Well, if we go back to the intent of our compensation plan, our intent is that if you're with us 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 100 years, no matter how long you're part of Monat, we want you to feel like you got more out of this company than what you put into it. That's what a partnership is. That's what a relationship is, right? So we're not, but we also understand the importance of being able to put money in people's hands as quickly as possible.
Oh, okay. So it's not that you don't want to. It's just, I guess it's just that you're bad at it, since 92% of market partners are in a rank that has a median income of $0, which means you literally did not put any money in their hands. So I guess 92% of the time, you just can't. Is that what it is?
So the Smart Start, the VIP bonus, the retail bonuses, the VIP acquisition bonuses, those things, what they do is they create two things. One, they create that belief, right? Can I do it? And is it worth it? They create that belief in the beginning, but it also creates some sustainability as well in your business to be able to start the ball rolling, to start things happening. But if you put too much money in there, then you don't have any money for the second two buckets. So what the second bucket that we want to talk about is residual pay. Okay. Residual pay is the opportunity for us to create, and our goal to drive towards 1,000,000 thousandaires. Okay. The Wall Street Journal came out earlier this year and said that I believe it was 78% of Americans could not afford a $400 emergency without the use of a credit card.
No, you're just wrong. There's no way that's correct. Okay, because like I happen to know, like actually off the top of my head, that the 78th percentile for like individual income is six figures. Like six figures is at the 79th percentile for individual income, not household income, individual income for the 78th percentile. There's just no way that it's 78% because those people can usually, unless they have a lot of debt, they can afford a $400 without a credit card. Like yeah, it might be the majority of people cannot afford $400 emergency expense without a credit card, but it's certainly not. It's not 78%. It's just not, because people make, like, there are people that exist that make a lot of money.
Think about that. 78% of Americans could not afford a $400
I'm sorry, but that's just wrong.
Emergency without the use of a credit card. Scary, right? And so what we're doing is we're, with the residuals, we're creating an opportunity to create that belief and sustainability and hope for all of those people.
Yeah, you really got to create the belief and the hope. Listen, I don't want to alarm you here, sir, but do you understand that basically every company is better at putting money in people's hands than Monat is? Okay, people who work for people who work with me at the warehouse, we put money in their hands, starting from the first minute that they come on site, and they continue to earn money every minute that they're there. So that's way faster than Monat. Oh, and they don't have to pay to get there.
Everybody, think about that mission of creating 1,000,000 thousandaires, 1,000,000 people earning $1,000 or more dollars from our compensation plan every single month. Now, companies that don't focus on that, drop a 3.
Wait, what? You don't even have 1,000,000 market partners.
Drop a 3, right? Drop a 3 if that's your goal. Like, you want to create, if we're going to create 1,000,000, how many thousandaires are you going to have on your team, right? Drop a 3. Is that a goal? Is that something you want to be doing down there? Absolutely. It's that confidence and that belief and that hope and all of those things.
I would just point out that if you're earning $1,000 a month in Monat, number one, you are way high on the compensation plan, because since if the median is $0, so you're going to be extremely high up there on the compensation plan if you're earning $1,000 a month. Second of all, that's only $12,000 a year. If you were able to find a job that still pays only $7.25 an hour and you did that full time, you would earn more than that.
That comes along with that security, that opportunity for people to start dreaming again, is that really that second bucket. But companies that put too much emphasis in that middle bucket, they don't create opportunities to create true leadership. And so that third bucket of leadership pay, Jim Rohn.
How was any of that residual? You still have to work for that, because people churn in Monat. Like, they don't stay for that long.
For those of you who don't know, he's an icon in our industry. He used to always say, if you can paint the picture, people will pay the price.
That is very insidious.
And that's really where the leadership pay comes into it. That's where the opportunity to really create generational income and legacy income that can change households and generations to come is that leadership bucket.
Yeah, for like the top 0.03%.
And that creating that opportunity is what's going to help drive the other two buckets, because it's the leadership, it's the inspiration, it's the Roger Bannister, the 4-minute mile guy, right? Nobody thought in the world that anybody could run a mile in 4 minutes, right? The 4-minute mile. No one could do it until one person did it.
Yeah, but before that, nobody could do it.
And then I think there was like 3 or 5 people that did it in the same year after that one person did it.
Yeah, because they were all training up to that point. Do you think that it was just all of a sudden someone woke up and ran up? No, it was because people had been going 402, 401, like, and everyone had been training to work to be because everyone wanted to be the first, probably. I'm sure if I know anything about runners, it's probably one, they're not too tall, talking to you, Dave Hollis, and two, it's that they probably all wanted to be the first one to run a mile in under 4 minutes because you really would like to be first. So of course they're going to hit it on the same year. Like, yeah, it wasn't like it was a secret that people wanted to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Of course, every runner who competitively runs the mile probably wanted to be the first to run one in under 4 minutes.
That's that third bucket. Now, there's a lot of compensation plans out there that they put the majority of their focus on that leadership pay. Well, what happens is that it's constantly eroding at the bottom of the compensation plan because people aren't making any money and they're not,
yeah, just like 92% of Monat.
Their belief is going out the window. And sure, they've got all of these leaders that are making money, but they don't have the masses making money. And that's what
you literally have 92% of your market partners making a diddly squat.
I really love about the architecture of our compensation plan is that it created an environment in which no matter where you're at, I love to say, if you want to walk, we'll walk with you. If you want to crawl, we'll crawl with you. But if you want to run, we'll run with you. If you want to fly, we will fly.
If you want to drunkenly stumble into a burning dumpster
with you. And that's the beautiful thing about our compensation plan is it's going to meet you where you're at. And then it's going to challenge you to stretch yourself to reach new heights.
No, it's going to meet you where you're at and mug you.
Now, the one thing I was going to throw out a challenge here, and I know we're going into the end of our segment here, and I want to be mindful and respectful of each of your time. But I'm just so excited. I'm going to talk for the next 12 hours. But, I want you to evaluate your business where you're at today, right? Which one of those buckets is the majority of your income coming from? Is it the leadership pay? Is it the residual? Is it the upfront money? Because here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing, is there's a season and a seasonality to your business, okay? And your development, right? You don't start on your first day of college and you get your doctorate's degree, right? You go through that. You have to learn different things. You're going to get different things. But I'm going to tell you that every season, whether you're the top of the top, right? That you're an SCD or you're a brand new market partner, and everywhere in between, you're going to have to go through and put a focus on each of those buckets again and again and again. But I don't want to scare you, okay? Because what that's going to do is it's going to create an income that will stand the test of time, that you're going to be able to pass down not only to your children, but your grandchildren and future generations to come. This company and this compensation plan and this leadership and these products is truly a legacy company.
How can you say that when 99.8% of the market partners don't even make even a living wage?
So I want you to go back and I want you to evaluate your business today. Drop a 4 in the comments below. Are you excited about building a legacy Think about that. A legacy, like the work I'm going to do today, my children and my grandchildren are going to be able to benefit from.
Are you fucking, are you high right now? This is like, he is so weird. He's like a evil children's TV host or something. Like, no, they can't benefit from it. You can't even benefit from it because you're not making a living wage.
Think about that. It just
I am thinking about it, and it does boggle the mind.
boggles my mind that that is the opportunity that we have right here, right now with this company. But go back, evaluate your business, okay? If your residual income isn't where you want it to be,
How can it be residual if you're still working to get it?
guess what? You got to go back and focus on the first bucket. Okay. That's fast start. We've got that smarter restart that's going on right now in the month of December. Oh my gosh. How many times in our lives do we get to hit the reset button, right?
What are you, the reset, what are you talking about? You never get to hit the reset button.
You have an opportunity right now to take advantage of that today. And everybody on your team, get everybody on your team taking advantage of that smarter restart that's happening right now. It's so amazing. Okay.
I, it, God, I just want to punch him through the screen.
The second part of that is if my residual income isn't where I want it to be, then I need to go and focus on that smart start, that upfront money. Okay. Doesn't matter how big your team is, doesn't matter how small your team is.
What are you talking about? Of course it matters how big your team is.
It doesn't matter if today's your first day, and congratulations, welcome to the Monat family. We are happy you're here, right? That is where you're going to start. And then when you get really good at that, your residual income, that second bucket, that uni-level bonus and that uni-level pay and the group volume bonuses and all of those things that start to kick in.
Yeah, because it's so simple. It's so easy to understand.
Guess what? That is where you're going to get your residual income to where you want it. Okay. So we focus on the first bucket until we get our residual pay to where we want it. And then we start focusing on our residual pay, and that's going to get us to the leadership pay. Okay. It's that simple. If your business isn't where you want it today, focus on that first bucket. And I promise you, I guarantee you that you can find success.
You guarantee it.
By going back and connecting people. John Maxwell, isn't it wonderful that Monat has such a great relationship? I've literally got a million reasons why I'm excited to be part of this family for the rest of my life. But
sir, you don't, I know you said you were 102 or, 1,212 years old, but you don't look that old. I would be very, very surprised if Monat were still operating and in business when you die.
John Maxwell has a book. It's called Putting Your Dreams to the Test. Drop a 5 in the comments below if you've read a John Maxwell book.
Oh my God. Isn't he just the worst? Drama 5, man. Like, ugh. Stop. You're not even looking at the comments and you're way too excited, okay? Like, drop a 6 in the comments if you think that he should lay off the stimulants.
Or listen to it, or enjoyed listening to him on stage, or listen to one of his podcasts, or you just love John Maxwell as much as I do. But there's a book that literally changed my life. It's called Putting Your Dreams to the Test by John Maxwell. And in there, he says that disappointment is the gap between one's dreams and one's reality. We as market partners,
Yeah, that's literally the definition of disappointment. It's you expected something, and then what actually happened is something that was worse than what you expected. Like that's just the definition of disappointment. Like, what are you thinking? Like, you can't have a disappointment where it's like, oh man, I'm disappointed because that's what I anticipated and hoped for. It's like, no. that's what it is. That's what that word means.
The company Monat, we have a responsibility to bridge that gap between one's dreams and one's realities so that they do not have disappointment. It's
Well, I would say that maybe start with those 92% of people who earn $0 before expenses. Because I bet that wasn't their dream. I know that they're just in it for the discount, but
our responsibility. Guess what? And this company and your upline and everybody here at corporate, we're going to do the same thing for you. And it's just about paying it forward. Again, if you're here 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 100 years, it doesn't matter how long you're part of this company. We want you to always feel like you got more out of this company than what you put into it.
So every employer, I just want to let you know that every employer that's not an MLM, all of their employees get more money out of it than they put in.
That's our commitment. That's our relationship. That's our partnership with each and every one of you. And I just want to say how grateful, how proud, how honored I am to be part of this family. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be able to see and work and be a part of your lives. We get to Ray and Stuart and I and all of the amazing Canadian team. We're doing the directors summit in Canada, or meeting this next week. I'm still learning all the names, so don't hold that against me. But we're going to be in Canada next week.
Sorry, Canada.
We're so excited about it. But I just want to close with this, and I know I've ran a little bit long, but we're going to do lots more.
And yet you're still talking.
Training on compensation plan and how to position it. But I just want to say that, this past month, we had one of our highest grossing revenue days in the company's history. One of them. Okay. Think about that. There's never been a better time or place to be a part of this company than right here, right now.
Bullshit. The best time would have been right when it started. Because sure, maybe it was your highest grossing day, but this is also when you had the most market partners. So.
And I promise you, the people that take advantage of that, you are going to see the fruits of your labors for many, many years to come. And in closing, I just want to say that I hope and pray that each and every one of you knows that you're worth it. You're worth living and chasing your dreams. You're worth the work and effort that it's going to take for you to accomplish those goals and dreams. And my prayer for you is that we are going to do Monat so well, so amazing, that not only are you going to accomplish your goals and dreams, but your biggest challenge in life is going to be replacing those big goals and those big dreams with even bigger goals and dreams. I've seen it throughout my career. I've seen it over the last 102 years of my life. I've seen this industry work, and I promise you that there is not a better company than Monat out there. And I promise you, in the next 3 to 5 years, as we march to $1 billion and then to 2.
What was that? What? Huh? Say again?
Out there. And I promise you, in the next 3 to 5 years, as we march to $1 billion and then to 2 billion.
Well, sir, I thought that you were already $1 billion company. I thought that they said you might already be a $2 billion company. What? Say what? But now you're saying that it's going to take you the next 3 to 5 years to become even a $1 billion company. Well, that's interesting. I bet you weren't supposed to say that part out loud.
Annual revenue, the hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be benefiting every single day, the millions of people that are going to be benefiting every day is going to be because of you and your goals and your dreams and your efforts. And we here at corporate could not be more proud and honored to be partnered with each and every one of you. So I am excited. I'm definitely excited. Let's connect. My Instagram is Ryan Anderson, ON official, Ryan Anderson official. Go ahead, let's follow, let's work, let's see anything that I can do to help partner and work with each and every one of you. I'm just so excited to be here. So thank you, Stuart, for that incredible welcome. And I cannot wait to see you guys down the road. So God bless each and every one of you. Love you. Talk to you soon. Can't wait. Meredith, this is so much fun, right?
I know this is so much fun. And I will tell you, the live is like blowing up. So here's the thing, you guys, make sure to tag your teams. There's so many great talking points in what Ryan just downloaded on us that you can go out there
Well, I don't want Ryan to download on me.
and have those crucial conversations. If you have somebody that's on the fence, a prospect that you've been talking to, go grab some of these great points that Ryan just shared and go have that conversation. As Mel Robbins would say, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it, pick up the phone and
God damn it. Oh. Oh, of course, our girl Mel's here too.
give them the information, plug them into this live, and make sure that you tag all of your teams. Ryan, thank you so much for all of that knowledge. I'm like so amped up. Let's go continue to help Monat
Let's go.
become that legacy company.
Awesome. See you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
So I think we got all the greatest hits in there, right? We got scalp years. We got. They said, "Let's go." We got. We got them not understanding numbers. We got them not realizing that it's not great for 0% for 92% of the company to make nothing. We got the creepiest guy ever. We got Mel. Everyone was there. All the greatest hits. Oh, that was terrible. Just terrible. Ooh, but at least you just remember though, at least you're not in Monat. And if you are in Monat, at least you can leave. At least you can always get out. Someday you'll realize that I'm right, okay? And I'm sorry if it takes a long time. All right, everybody. I've been Mac. Peace out. Bye.